please seize this moment to be your best. Welcome to Empower. My name is Kitty Griffin.
And I'm Petrina Winston.
And we are here today to motivate you, to inspire you, and to empower you to be your absolute best. You may be seated. Petrina, did you know that potential has a shelf life?
Is that right?
Absolutely. Most of the time, women, we tend to lay back and it's like we're expecting something to fall out of the sky before we really operate at our very best.
Right.
But hopefully today after the show, everybody in the audience and beyond will be determined to live their best.
Right.
But we have a young woman from New York City, New York. She's doing some great things. She believes in potential. And every single day I know for a fact that she's operating right there. Ladies, join me in welcoming Katrina Jefferson. I don't know, you sure are a beauty.
Thank you kindly.
Katrina, we're glad that you're here today standing in for Maisha Cheney. Of course, she's not Maisha Cheney, but we thought it would be appropriate. We believe in rising up to our potential, right, Katrina? And when we saw Katrina in the woodworks, she's like a ram in the bush, right? Tell us some things that you're doing in New York City, Katrina.
You know, New York has kept me quite busy. I've been there since September of 2004. So this past September was 10 years for me. I've done everything from managed front offices of hotels to managing conference centers and law firms to managing departments in retail locations, and then ended up on Wall Street managing a wellness facility where I got really engrossed into the world of healthcare and making sure that we're optimized as women and men also and living the best life physically that we possibly can.
Wow. Now, Katrina, I have to say, now this is going to be difficult. Katrina, all right. I have to say that, you know, Katrina's my daughter, right? That's the first thing. I was really concerned. She had the best education. She went to Spelman, and then she went on to University of Florida, got a master's degree in theater, and so she wanted to move to New York, and every 2 years there was a change in the career.
Wow. It's coming.
But I was very concerned as a mother because I was like, okay, so when are you going to settle down and really kind of, you know, we want you to make money, we want you to be secure and stable. Tell us your philosophy. Why so many changes, and how does that connect with living in the moment and living at your potential?
Well, I don't say that it's for everyone, but one thing I became comfortable with in terms of shifting and transition is that every piece of my journey has shaped where I'm at today. So for Katrina, that developed my brand and my platform. That's the only way I would have been able to launch out after being on Wall Street for several years and starting my own company where I'm extending both business and personal assistant services to clients nationwide. So how do you come up with that idea of doing that? That's having the hospitality experience.
From the hotel,
having the business management experience. That's being able to advise someone legally. For instance, if they have questions about their rights or which direction they should go or how to write a contract or how to write a non-disclosure agreement, those are all things that I've gleaned upon my path. But I believe that for my personality,
your personality,
my disposition, my being a Libra, when you understand who you are as a person,
I'm just saying though, what does Libra have anything to do with?
Seriously, you ask any Libra that you come into contact with, I guarantee it, whether it's a male or female, they've done a lot of different things. We like change. We're very creative and very passionate, and we excel in pretty much in any area that we pursue. But the change thing has to be something that you become comfortable with so you don't have it upset or feel like the world is ending when that shift or transition comes. It's going to happen. You accept it and maximize each and every opportunity so that when you get to the place where I'm at today, and you're ready to build your own brand,
Right.
you can successfully do so and tap into and really cover every area of the market. So there's not one area of the market that I can't enter into and do well at, just based off of 10 years of being in New York.
And how much does that equal a year? I'm just kidding.
We're comfortable.
What would you say, okay, so what would you say to a woman in the audience who feels like there's more in life for her to do, but she's kind of afraid to move forward? What would you say to her today?
I would say get it in whatever it is, get very clear about what it is in your consciousness first. So it first begins in thought. The second, I would say get it into language, which is two forms. It means writing out the vision.
Right.
I mean every last detail, not being vague or very cloudy or shaky about it, and then getting into language and conversation with other people. Because as long as the idea or whatever it is that you're looking to pursue or become exists in your thoughts only, it doesn't have any life. It maintains the life of a thought, but it takes action or form on the material plane when you get it into language. And that's great, and getting into conversation with others, because you never know, you might be one or two people away from making your dream or your passion or whatever it is that you wish to create come true. And then once you get it into language, the next thing is get in action. Do something, whether if it's a new area that you're looking to move into, that you're getting a mentor, finding someone who's already doing it and asking, hey, can I shadow you 1 or 2 days a week so that I can glean upon what it is that you're doing? I'm looking to do that in 2 or 3 years, and I'm just looking for someone to mentor, help coach, or guide me. There's people out there who will do just that. And then after that, just keep moving one foot in front of the other. Definitely get somebody that you can sit under and get their wisdom if it's an area that you're looking into. So you've got getting into thought first, getting into language, which is written and verbally, and not speaking it just in your mirror or in your prayer closet or in your time of meditation.
Right.
Getting it into language with another person, with other people, so that it can begin to take form and really happen for you.
Okay. Well, Trina, you're certainly living at your potential because at the spur of the moment, you showed up on this set.
Right. This is what we do.
It's like you were born to do this.
Hello. I agree. I was born to do this, and that's part of it too. You got to be. It did not happen, and except when I got very clear about what it is that I wanted to do and the platform that I wanted to be on. So now it's like on the spur of the moment, I can do exactly this. But it took the same steps that I just gave you in terms of getting into thought, getting into language, and then getting into conversation with others about it. That's the only way that I was able to say, okay, the first person had unforeseen circumstance. Okay, well, we still don't have a show. So what do I need to do? You want me to come on set and talk? Great.
I'm here. Well, we are certainly glad that you were here today to save the day here on Empower and be a living example of what it looks like to live in potential.
Yes, and I come from good stock too, so. I'm excited about the guest that we have coming next to the scene. Do you want to introduce her, Petrina?
Sure. So we are living in a time where fashion is evolving and defining beauty. And so beauty and fashion for many different women can mean many different things. So today we have on our set a young lady who is an African-American woman who has a boutique set up in Emeryville, California. Her name is Charnae Hawkins.
Okay, so I'm just gonna, can I just keep it real? I met Charnae at another conference. She was in the lobby, and after the conference, you know how you go and you look through the clothes, and I loved the pieces that she had. Matter of fact, she kind of put us together today. Compliments of... and she helped us. She's helping me get out of my box, because I'm one, you know, raised up in the church, and I won't say how old I am, but many, many moons ago, the church was... the dress pattern for women was all about very, very conservative, you know, keep everything in and keep everything kind of hidden. And so when I first met her, she had me trying to dress, and I was like, are you sure? You know, because African American women, we are very blessed, right? We are blessed. We are very, very well blessed in the hips and in the backside. And so tell us, I think, Petrina, you want to set this up.
Well, we do. Today, we're going to do this segment a little bit different. Instead of having questions, we're going to ask our lovely women from the audience some questions. Shanae is actually going to be here to answer any kind of questions that you have. So we have 4 young ladies who'd like to find out some fashion tips from you. So we're going to start with Solomon Temple Ministries' own dashing diva, Lisa. All right, hello everyone.
Hello. My question for the panel is, the myth is that all black women are well endowed in the rear end area.
That's not a myth, but go ahead.
Well, not all black girls. So what I would like to know is, what type of jeans? I love wearing jeans, but sometimes I feel self-conscious wearing my jeans because I'm not, you know, junk in the trunk. But what type of jeans would work best for me?
I would recommend that you go with a denim that has spandex, because spandex allows you to pull closer together. So when you tighten up with your belt, it gives you the illusion of having a little bit more derriere. There's also a product, I don't recommend it, but there's also a product, it's like booty pops. So you can put them in your
Wait. You may tell me there's something on the market that you can stick in your pants, like we have.
Like a little arm, like stockings.
I already have one of those.
Okay, wait. So there's a product on the market that you can put in your pants?
No, you pull them on the side.
And it gives you a booty.
It's like a girdle.
Wow.
It's a girdle on steroids.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, so our next young lady is a student fashionista. She's on a budget though.
Okay.
Her name is Leticia.
From Brazil. Leticia from Brazil.
I am an international student and I need to afford myself. My priority is go to school and pay school, but also I need to look good. How can I be fashionable with a little money?
So to interpret what she just said, because she's one of my favorite people in the whole wide world, she just said she's a college student and she's her priority is her education naturally, but she likes to look good too. How can she look good on a shoestring budget?
You can start with what's already in your closet, then I'll recommend some stores. So if you don't mind standing up, I can just give you a couple of pointers. With this t-shirt alone, you can cut off the collar. You can take the sleeves and make slits horizontal and vertical and tie it on the side. You can take the shirt and you can roll it and tie it into a knot, and that's fashion. Add a necklace, pull your hair up, put on your flip-flops, go. There's some other stores, like secondhand stores, also Forever 21 has really, really great buys. And I would look at your local boutiques in the area that you are, because they typically have sales as the seasons change, and they pretty discount, pretty good.
So she can take her empowered shirt. Say that again?
Change it up, cut the collar off.
Cut the collar off. What did that give her? A boat neck look?
It'll be similar to what you.
Okay. And then do what?
Cut the sleeves horizontal and then vertical, and tie them in knots.
Cute. And then do a little twist.
Side and just twist it, put it in the bowl.
There you have it, Leticia, all the way from Brazil now.
So next we have another beautiful woman who is curvaceous, and she wants to talk a little bit more about her A-line figure.
Amen.
Lucretia.
That's your typical African American build, right? For us as women.
Hi, everyone. Okay, so I'm the opposite of Lisa. I tend to be smaller at the top and more defined at the bottom, should I say.
Defined.
And my question is, what tips could you give me on finding clothing that is a little bit flattering to my type of figure?
What you wearing now is flattering. You're covering it up. I don't believe in covering it up. God bless you with it. I think you should show it. Why hide it when women are paying doctors hundreds of thousands of dollars to achieve what you already have? If you would like some tips for styling, I would stick with maxi skirts that are loose at the bottom or really flowy. I wouldn't recommend it, but that's quote unquote fashionable. I would stick to stuff that's clean, that shows what you have. I just put specs underneath it. Got it.
Love the hair.
Oh, thank you. Everything.
I know her. She's working those glasses in her hair.
Thank you. I want to dress age appropriate and still be fashionable. So what tips can you offer me and other women like me so that we can do both? Dress age appropriate and still be fashionable, because sometimes I want to venture off into Forever 21, and my daughter tell me, Mom, you can't go there.
It's over.
So what tips can you offer me?
Thank you. For more the style of the shirt that is not as close to the palm of the neck, but gives you a little bit more, not revealing, but just, just a bit of skin. And you can always accessorize. Accessories are a plus and a must for everything. I'm not just this bag out because it kind of coordinates my whole thing. And also you could do maxi dresses, which is hot for the summer. They have all various styles of maxi dresses. You accent well with the drip that you already wear, so I'm sure that's not an issue. I would go out a little bit more with the new fashion trend and wearing ankle-length skirts. Put a nice belt on with it. Put a jean jacket on. Go.
Right. Thank you, ladies, so much. I have a few questions if we have time left. Okay, so I'm looking at you. You look absolutely. Does she look beautiful or what? Wait. First of all, I would have never thought to put on, what color is that on your lips?
Magenta.
Magenta with the bling bling, right? And then I thought the rule of thumb was your jewelry should match. I'm looking at the matted gold with the rhinestone. Tell me about that. But it's working.
I am not a conservative when it comes to fashion. I wear what I feel, that makes me feel better. And I'm always thinking outside the box. I don't ever want to look like someone else or someone who put me together. I want to, I took time, I thought about this, and I just threw it on and it worked. That's pretty much it.
Put it together, the tying together the purse with the jacket. And then I don't know if we can get these shoes. These shoes is off the chart. I mean, they're beautiful. And then even the toes got the bling bling. Toenail polish with the bling bling on it.
So you match your fashion with your personality.
Absolutely. I think that's typical.
So to kind of capture it all.
Right.
Okay, so we're African American women. We live in a time where most of the fashions are designed for European women, right? Right? And so where can we go? What can we do to?
We can shop where they shop. I just think it's important that you remember who you are and not try to look like Kim Kardashian, because God didn't create you to be Kim Kardashian. He created you to be He created you to be yourself. So let your personality reflect what you wear, but do it tastefully.
Did you have anything else?
No, I think you pretty much summed it up.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Be sure, if you have time after this conference, go by the boutique. I don't know if she'll still have things there. Go by there. You'll see some of her fabulous pieces and patronize her. If not today, be sure you go to, the name of the boutique is Les Boutique. Les Boutique? Blue. In Emeryville, California. Ladies, please, let's thank Shanae Hawkins. Out there that are outside the box, and they're really providing services to meet the needs of women in the marketplace. Normal women like you and I. Right. All right. So our final segment will deal with mental health. We have Florence Jones, Lady Florence Jones. Not yet. Give me one more second. Look, they ready. She's from the Family Bible Fellowship in Newark, California, and then she will also be joined by Dr. Roche Jones, a well-known psychologist in San Francisco. She'll be our expert psychologist on set today. But before we do that, you have something special for our audience.
Yes, I do. We do, in fact. So, we have a surprise for you. First, I want to say that you all look so amazing. And absolutely that you're phenomenal, and so we would like to show you a token of our appreciation. What we have is a sponsored gift for 2 lucky ladies in the audience. So ladies, if you have a sticker, a Tiffany sticker, a Tiffany blue sticker underneath your chair, you are a lucky winner. Who's going to be the lucky winner today? Tiffany Blue. Sticker.
While they're taking care of that, coming to the set next, First Lady Florence Jones will be sharing a story of what happened to her a year ago. She got a phone call late night, 2 o'clock in the morning, concerning her son, a phone call that every mother dreads to receive. And then our guest psychologist, Dr. Roche Jones, to help guide us through what should we do when tragic happens in our lives. Please welcome First Lady Florence Jones and Dr. Roche Jones. I'm trying to make Dr. Roche and Florence Jones sisters. It's Dr. Roche O'Shea Brown. We've got to really treat you right, because you know you're going to be our next Dr. Phil. She's going to be our Oprah's Dr. Phil. She's going to be our Dr. Phil. We're going to bring her back time and time again. All right. So, Florence, first of all, we want to thank both of you all for joining us today. So delighted. Always excited when women take time out of their busy schedules to come be with us on Empower. I want to start out with Florence. I want you to share with us today, and I know it might be a very painful story for you, but share what happened that night when you received the phone call concerning your son.
My husband, Pastor Rachel Jones, he had just left earlier that day, going down to LA with our 2 young sons. And so I was at home by myself, my 5 other children. They were in the Bay Area and out of town. And so I had the whole house to myself. And about 11:45, I decided I was going to sit down and watch a movie on Netflix. Hello. I was, I wasn't prepared. And about 2:15 in that morning, my son called me. And I saw his face come across my phone screen. And I answered, he says, "Mom, I've been shot." And that's the one thing that every mother dreads to hear from her child, that they've been injured. And so I immediately started praying for him, because I'm figuring he's talking to me, so it can't be that bad. And so I said, "Lord, just cover his mind, just cover his body, wherever he's at, keep him safe. In the meantime, cover me. I will be the panic. I think he was exactly what's going on with him." So in 6 to 7 minutes, I was in my car. And for those who know, I can drive.
Yes, you can.
And and he had called me again, but this time the phone disconnected. It got cut off. And so I text him, "Where are you? Where are you?" And he tells me that I'm meeting me at the hospital on Thornton. Well, there's no hospital on Thornton in the Fremont area. And so I knew that he was getting a little boosted, didn't know where he was. And so I just continued to pray, and I got in the car, I drove fast, I could hope that the Coco would stop me. And I didn't see anyone on the road. I called our pastor, our children's pastor, and I told her that my son Tim's been shot and get to the hospital. He called me back and told me I'm going to St. Rose. I don't even know where St. Rose Hospital is. And so I'm trying to put my, the GPS, and all the time I'm praying over myself, praying for him. I don't know what's happening. And by the time I got to where St. Rose exit was, now he's being transferred to Mount Eden Medical because of the trauma center. So I passed the hospital up. I went, picked up my daughter was in that area where she was. Got back to the hospital, and about 3 o'clock that morning, he had went to surgery. And so I hadn't talked to him anymore since our last initial phone call. And I have to tell you, not hearing your child's voice and not knowing what's going on, it was very devastating for me, and then being by myself, but God. I had every faculty. I was in control because of him. And my son went to surgery. 3 hours later, I'm still sitting by myself. I haven't called my husband yet because I don't know what to tell him. He just left the day before, and his birthday weekend, his Father's Day weekend. Okay, so about 9 o'clock that morning, one of our intercessors walked in, and she got the phone call that I was by myself. She walked in to get the prayer over me. A nurse came to me and she says, "Mrs. Jones, I need for you to be prepared because your son is bleeding out."
That's the worst thing right here.
Yes, he's bleeding out. He was shot sitting in his car. The person came in, shot him here. The bullet went through his intestines and is now lodged into his hip. And that's going to stay here. It's going to remain there in his hip. But he's alive. Amen.
When you first got the call, or when the nurse or the doctor came to you and said, "Brace yourself," what went through your mind?
Oh, God. I lost it. I lost it because at this point, I'm sitting there by myself and I hear the code go over the intercom. I don't know what the code is. I don't know what it's for because I'm told at that time that my son was actually in recovery. And so I'm thinking he's still in recovery. I'm just waiting to go see him. But when the code came through, it's because he started bleeding out again and they had to rush him to emergency. And they couldn't stop bleeding.
So was it the color blue?
Yes. It was a code red. And code something, I don't know, code something.
She just knows.
But as when she came to me and she shared with me that I need to brace myself for the fact that he might listen to me come, that's when I lost it. And that's when you need the strength of the Lord, because I called on Jesus. She asked me, is anybody here with you? No, there's no one here but Jesus. And she said, get someone here, get someone here. And I can tell you, they maxed out every blood bank on my son. Wow. He had 120 blood banks. Both sides of his bed, they had the blood pumping, and the more they pumped, the more it came out. And so our prayer was, once everybody started to arrive at the hospital, we'd be praying that his blood begins to clot. And I have a picture that I will show you at some point, but the blood began to clot.
And so, Dr. O'Shea,
Yes.
in your line of work, how does one typically deal with trauma?
Well, I think there's so many different levels of trauma, right? So I think in this situation, we have a traumatized mother, but we also have a victim who's traumatized in the situation. And so trauma often can trigger so many different things in us. It can mess up our sense of who we are, it can mess up our sense of the world, sense of others, our sense of safety as we walk within this world, even our sense of God. You know, and so it was beautiful that you were able to hold on to that, because that was already still strong inside of her. Because often you can feel like, why, Lord? Why did this happen to me? And not having an understanding of that. And so often it also will trigger other traumas. So if you've experienced trauma before within your life, levels of abandonment, anything will be triggered because of that trauma happening. And you can experience levels of hypervigilance, like I'm scared that's going to happen again, some type of way. We just came off of, Black Lives Matter. This happens, young black boys. It's scary for them to walk within the world. And they experience a lot of fear, anxiety, they have depression issues that are also coming up, feeling hopeless, that there's nothing we can do about this.
And so some people are traumatized and they're not even aware of it.
Right, exactly.
What's the healthy way? Okay, so we know that trauma and obstacles and challenges, they're part of natural living.
Right.
What's the healthy way to get through challenging times?
Really, it's really developing coping skills. You need something to hold on to during these times, right? So what we have here, we have a level of faith. I think faith, so if you have like the church, you have some type of level of hope, because that's what God gives us. Having faith gives us hope that something else can change within our life. Also, you want to have good friendships, support groups, people that you can call in those times, whether that's church family, that's friends, a confidant. You don't want to deal with this alone, whatever you do, because what can easily happen is that we can distance others away from us, right? And we don't want to bring more people to us, but we need them. In order for us to deal and express our feelings, we need somebody to express them to. And that person needs to be able to console us, the right people. Make sure you have the right people in your world who are going to do the right thing and console you as much as possible. So you want to definitely have that, have support, practice self-care, have good self-care. So when emotionally, if I'm already healthy and something happens, I can deal with it better. But if emotionally I'm already down, it's hard to deal with any other situation, another hit. It'll feel like, because I haven't built up my emotional sensors, my mental health, I don't understand what's going on. I just have a clean mind so I can think better. And so when something happens, I know how to deal with it.
Someone explain it to me this way. When something hits us emotionally, it's like we have pneumonia. And when you have pneumonia in the natural, what do? You go to bed, you take the right medication, you pamper yourself until you get through the healing process. But we tend to, when we go through something emotionally, we feel like, particularly as African American women, we're supposed to be strong. We're supposed to be able to handle it. And we don't tend to take care of ourselves, which complicates the process more for us. Yes?
Yeah, definitely, because you need to take care of yourself physically as well. A lot of times, just as women overall, especially African American women, we need to be strong Black women. Often will not take care of ourselves. We always are taking care of others, and that's what we know is the right thing to do. So we don't take that time to heal, pamper ourselves, like you're saying. And I think that's really important to our lives. Like we need to have something to in order to deal with these situations that may come. we don't even know if something's gonna come.
That's right.
But we need to be able to be prepared for anything that may happen within our lives.
That's right, that's right. Morris, where's Timothy now?
He's at home with mom and dad.
He's at home with his Now, what has his care been like? I know you're the primary caregiver. What has that been like for you?
Physical therapy, a lot of prayer. Because his mind, he was going through depression. Because his thinking wasn't, why am I still here? And now he knows his purpose. His purpose is, of course, to speak to the lives of others. And he's basically getting stronger. His muscles are intact. And he now has, I mean, praying because he has nerve damage in his left leg. The nerves are not quite come back together again, not understand why. But God.
Right,
God,
right.
God did that. He's just doing really well.
Well, we certainly were going to be praying for you. We know that God is able, yes. And we commend you for standing by your side and being that mother that we all have to be at some point or another for our children. What a hero. What a hero. What a hero. One last question for Dr. Roche. I know that there are women listening today who may be in a very challenging situation, a struggle, obstacle, or trauma or tragic, something that's happened. Two things that you would tell her today that could help turn her situation around mentally.
Trust God. I believe that that's true. And get support. Find somebody, seek some type of services, whether that's professional services, there's sliding scale for to go to therapy. You can go somewhere. Find somebody that you can trust, that you can explain this to, that can help you through this healing process.
Ladies, Dr. Roche Brown. Thank you all both for joining us here today. We certainly will be praying for you, First Lady, Dr. Brown. I know we'll see you again. Yes. And this wraps up our time together. How quickly time passes when you're having a wonderful time. So we want to thank you all for joining us today. Be sure that you join us on April 18th, where our show will be Amazing First Ladies in California and
human trafficking.
Sex trafficking.
Yes.
Also, April 18th, we'll be taking 2 shows. We certainly would hope that you would join us. And remember, you only have today. Seize this moment to be your best. Thank you for joining us here at Empower.